I remember that when I started self-improvement and I went all out on it in summer of 2023, I bet it was like this for everyone. For the first like 3 months, I was making progress like there was no tomorrow. I was learning all of these new powerful terms like meditation, like gratitude journaling, like discipline, willpower, and all of these stuff like this, which will make your life so much easier. And then, after September ended of that same year, I stopped making as much progress, and my progress stopped being like a J curve, but instead it became linear, and I really slowed down. Instead of watching long form educational podcasts like I used to do on all of these huge topics, I started to watch these like low value self improvement videos, like top 7 ways that will get you respect from the men around you, and these kinds of videos. But they never truly worked. And in October of 2023, when I truly knew almost anything about self improvement, that's when I hit a rut. And I had no idea how to continue further in this journey of self improvement. I was waking up at 5 a.m., I was exercising, I was meditating, and I have been practicing all of these healthy habits for the past like month. And yeah, sure, I saw some progress, but keep in mind, the progress in these healthy habits, the delayed gratification, it will come in like the next couple of months, like the next year, most likely. It would still take me at least a year in order to finally mend my shitty attention span. And keep in mind that I was never hooked onto TikTok, so that was really something to say. And so, during the entirety of October, I had nothing to do. But then, I stumbled upon a term called purpose. And this term finally got that spark going inside of me. Once again, that spark that I felt in the beginning of summer was finally back. And once again, I was flying like a bird. Because now I finally knew what I wanted to do in my life, what I actually wanted to become. And that was being a teacher of anything that I had recently learned. And this involved making self improvement videos because for the past couple of months, I've been making a huge amount of progress in my self improvement journey. So it was a perfect combination. So I started writing these guides that I wanted to sell for money. However, that didn't end up going anywhere. And when I finished them around Christmas of the same year, I actually found out that I had no social media where I would post them on. And so, to make a long story short, I spent the next 3 months just wandering, like buying courses on the internet and seeking a mentor that will take good care of me. But then eventually, I stumbled upon the best mentor that you can think about, the best mentor that will make sure that you never burn out and that you will keep going. You see, whenever I had these rut periods where I didn't know what to do with my life, like for example, October of 2023 and that 3 months long period in the beginning of this year, time was flying by so slowly that I barely felt like I was living. And whenever I was in these enlightened periods of my self improvement journey, like summer of 2023, November and December of 2023, I was making progress and time was flying by like there was no tomorrow because I was having so much fun. And guess what? The best source of fun on self improvement and the most quality and the most productive form of fun that you can get on self improvement is by reading books. That is by far the greatest source of knowledge that you can ever do on your self improvement journey. Because self improvement books, whether it's, I don't know, a tutorial on how to play the violin, if it is a tutorial on how to become a powerful boxer, for example, if it is how to breathe more effectively, like athleticism books. I don't care what it is. A self improvement book has never bullshitted me before. It has never given me wrong advice, and it has always kept me busy and having fun. Just whenever I grabbed a self improvement book, I saw that my life was changing right before my eyes. All of the knowledge that I was getting and implementing into my daily routine, it was working, and my days were getting better and faster because I was just having that much more fun. And guess what I found out? When you aren't having fun, when life is just passing so slowly for you, that means that you aren't busy. And you don't have to be busy in like you're having fun, but busy in like solving problems. Like you actually have something going for yourself. Like you're going through some kind of trials and tribulation, some kind of dilemma, for example. Like you're arguing with yourself if the advice that you read actually works for you or not. And the only way to find that out is to go and implement it yourself. And so, if you're not having fun, that means that you're not making any progress. And what is the point of self improvement if you're not making any progress in the field that you want to become the best version of yourself? It's pointless. You might as well just not make any progress at all. And yeah, I know that once in like 6 months, these periods do come eventually when you feel burnt out, like there's nothing more for you to learn. But those last at most like a couple of weeks, and then you get back on track because you will notice another field that you want to work on. You will find another book, another high quality long form educational video that you want to watch. Books just challenge your beliefs so much that you literally get to know the field that you're good at way more than if you just watch those bullshit videos on YouTube. Like, top 7 ways to make her wet, for example. And there's like a whore on the thumbnail. Yeah, you don't want to watch those. What books do is that they lower your mindlessness and they make you more mindful, meaning that you stay more in the present moment because you subconsciously meditate back on the book that you're reading or listening to. And tell me now, what causes overthinking? What causes negative thoughts? That's right, mindlessness. It is the fact that you cannot control your mind, but instead, your mind controls you. It just has nothing to focus on, meaning that it focuses on non important bullshit. Like, for example, what that person told you 4 years ago that made you mad, and that you still remember it 4 years later, even though it doesn't matter anymore. That's the reason why you have that kind of thoughts, because your mind just has nothing productive that it can focus on. And so, yeah, books themselves, they improve your mindfulness. However, in order to truly mend your attention span, you have to implement these two powerful healthy habits that will help you even more than just reading books. The first one is a classic meditation. I don't really have to explain this one. Basically, you sit down, you close your eyes, and you focus on one thing only. It can be, for example, your breath, the birds singing outside, the children playing outside. It can be some kind of your body that is itching, for example. Basically, anything, as long as you can focus on it deeply with every single cell in your body. And the second good habit that I want you to do to improve your attention span is called observations. It is really intertwined with adventuring. You basically, every time when you're outside, you just observe the outside world. You look at the trees and you appreciate its beauty. You observe all the different parts of your local city and you just have some kind of an understanding of what is happening in your local area, of how your local area actually works. You focus on it and you analyze it. Like, when was the last time you actually just looked around Think about it. There was this one time when I was walking in my primary school and I was, looking down and I wasn't going up the stairs. So there was no reason for me to look down. And so I just asked myself, why don't I just look up on the ceiling? And so I did. And I don't know, but for some reason, that felt so inspiring. Like I was breaking out of the matrix, if you want to call it like that. Like I just made some kind of a breakthrough. And that's what it feels like when you're doing these observations. You basically look where people aren't looking, where the 99% of people are looking the most. You try to look the opposite direction and you appreciate it and you analyze it. What kind of outcome will it bring me? And stuff like this. I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but you get what I'm saying. Just basically look where other people aren't looking and focus on it and possibly even analyze it. Like, let's say that 99% of people are reading this book about productivity. Well, since you're part of the 1% who does everything else differently, then you go read other books on productivity that most people aren't reading and you analyze them and you implement the knowledge that you learn in them. Because who knows? One of those books that those people aren't reading might be the perfect one for you. It was a very specific scenario, but basically just observe the outside world. Just look around. Stop living in this fantasy of yours, this perfect world, and appreciate the beauty of the world around you. Now, why are reading and watching long form educational videos so powerful for your attention span? Is because they are the most powerful distractions. They are the most healthy things that your mind can focus on because they actually supply you with quality knowledge that will help you in the long term. And the best way that you can use them for self improvement and for your mental health is when you align them to your purpose in life. Your purpose in life is this authentic activity that when you do it, it feels completely 100% natural to you, like you were born to master it. Basically, when you do it for the first time, it just feels so natural to you that you just completely destroy the 99% of people in it. And it feels like it was just so easy for you, yet you wonder why it is so hard for the people around you. And the best book on how you can find your purpose in life is Mastery by Robert Greene. You can start reading that one, and then once you have your purpose in life finally found, then you can align more and more books to that purpose of yours in order to master it. And then you will achieve true fulfillment in your field. That is the purpose in your life. Your purpose in life, it can be, for example, becoming a jiu-jitsu master, becoming a master at playing the guitar. It can be anything. It can be like, for example, teaching other people, like Mai is. Or if you want to, I already have few videos on purpose, so you can watch them on our channel. And lastly, I just want to say, you need to have an 80-20 split. Basically, you want to aim to 80% of the time focus on what's productive for you, like reading books for 80% of your entire time, that you have your electronics in hand, or if you have a physical copy of the book, then you should spend 80% on it. And then the last 20% you should spend indulging in the instant gratification pleasures. You need to be 80% productive and 20% destructive. That is the healthy ratio that you must aim for. And guess what? Even if you just break even, you don't have to achieve the 80-20% split because that is basically like top 0.0000001% of men that have that kind of ratio. If you already just break even, like you have a 50-50% split, that alone brings you in the top 1% of men. So if you, for example, spend 7 hours on YouTube every single day, then To break even, you have to spend 3.5 hours reading books. It's just that simple. But keep in mind, reading books and improving your attention span is a skill. Meaning that when you go to the gym, you cannot deadlift like 200 pounds. You have to start with smaller weight and then eventually work yourself up. And that's exactly how it works when you read books. You have to start just reading one page if reading books was never for you. And then you just slowly but surely scale it up until you break even. Remember, progressive overload is the key. If you want to join a powerful clan full of men who share the same values as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves, who are like minded and share the same goals as you, then you can join our Discord clan in the description and become a part of the family. We literally have a book category in there where people share their favorite books. How nice is that? And other than that, they will also take good care of you and they will be a healthy competition to you so that you are constantly inspired to still work hard on your self improvement journey. You have way more potential than you think you have if you're watching videos like these, and I know that you'll find your place in there. And also, there's something huge coming that will truly help your mental health. And the people in our Discord clan and in the email list, they will get an early access to it. But other than that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you'll implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you